Alright, now we're going to talk about why the past feels so much better than the present moment. Because if you have this problem, then you don't actually understand the present moment. I'm going to explain to you exactly what do I mean by that. If you are always reminiscing in the past, and you see there's a lot of losers, like 50-year-olds who are 30 years removed from high school, and they're like, the glory days, high school, I got all the girls. I love my life there. I got my cock sucked. And now I don't really like my life now, but I love my life back then. And they do that when they're 60, 70, 80, and then they die. Or, they die of diabetes sooner than that, right? You don't want to be like that. You want to have a different reality. And the way you get out of this loop of just reminiscing about the past and what you used to have is being in the moment. And that's a lot more than what these other people say. A lot of other people say being in the moment is just mindfulness meditation. Like, that's okay. That's for it's okay. Because that's just a really bad version of prayer. And I believe the easiest way to get out of this is by becoming a Christian and actually believing in God, but some of you guys are not open to that. Some of you guys are atheists, mentally ill, or as I like to say, retarded. But this can still work for you, okay? It's not going to work as well, but it can still work for you, okay? It's so good, it can even work for you, okay? I'm going to use SpongeBob and Squidward as an example for this, okay? SpongeBob lives in the present. Squidward is never in the present, okay? And you can see this because you don't like your life right now. If you are currently always in the past, you don't like your life right now, alright? Or even if you're in the future all the time. Like, I will be this, I will be that, I will be this, I will be that, but I don't like my reality now, I will. Same thing, okay? You aren't living in the present moment. SpongeBob and Squidward work, same job, live in the same place, and they both have the same amount of possessions. One's happy, one's not. Why? I told you earlier. One's present, one's not. SpongeBob, think about, okay, I'm going to talk to you about your higher self really quickly. So your higher self, if you're a Christian, that's the best Christian you can be. If you are not a Christian, then that's just the best person you could be, right? Whatever gay atheist thing you like, okay? You have to live in the present moment, aligned to your higher self, which is the best version you could possibly be, okay? And when you do that to its fullest, you will be fulfilled, no matter your possession, no matter all that stuff, right? And you will no longer be reminiscing in the past. So let's take Squidward, okay? What is Squidward's higher self? It's probably something like a clarinet player that books a bunch of shows. Like, look at I've seen him have visions. Like, I'm a big clarinet player. I play here. I do this. I do that. Whatever. Yet, he doesn't accept that as his identity. He always says, I will, or I can never, and he always focuses on the past, right? His present moment, because he says he hates his job. He hates his living space for the most part. He hates all of the stuff, yet he identifies with it in the present moment. And you could apply this to the life of many people. Let's say an 18-year-old who just got a job. He hates his job. And he's like, well, I don't want to work. I don't want to do all this stuff. I want to be free. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to be like a kid again. And they start reminiscing on the past. See this all the time. That's because they know what life they don't want, and they're identifying with the life they don't want in the present moment. And they are picking their ideal life. Their ideal life is like this. And they see that their past aligns with it more than the present moment, so they stay in the past because they want to be with it. But what I'm here to tell you is that you can achieve this. You can take the present and take your ideal life, combine them together, and you can be happy right now. Because SpongeBob, remember, same circumstances as Squidward, but he's fulfilled. Because he doesn't say I will or I was, he says I am. I am a fry cook. I love my life. I'm doing this. His ideal life matches with his present moment. Now, some of you may say, well, that's because Squidward has grand dreams and SpongeBob has humble dreams. And it's not the case. Because what I'm here to tell you is that your ideal life is actually a lot closer than you think. Let's take someone and say they want to be a copywriter. They want to be a copywriter that makes millions of dollars every single year. They want to drive a Ferrari. They want to dress in a suit, they want to walk around the house in bathrooms, etc. Okay, that's their dream life. If that's your dream life, let's say that's your dream life, and apply this to anything else. And if you really want to go in depth in this, watch my mindset masterclass videos. 47 minutes, and go really in depth on this. Let's say what I said is relatively dream life, whatever. Okay, buy the bathrobe, even if it's a cheap one. Like maybe in your dream life you're wearing a $200 one. Okay, buy a cheap one. What do you do when you wake up in your dream life? Well, I wake up and I go outside and stretch. Okay, start waking up, going outside and stretching. Well, I drink sparkling water all day. Okay, drink as much sparkling water as you can. Even if it's only one. Pretend the rest of the water is sparkling water. You realize what you're doing here. You're just trying to align yourself as much as possible with your dream life, your ideal life, right? And what you'll find is that, Well, I got all this stuff. But the only things I'm missing really is money and the house. And oh, and the Ferrari. That's all I'm missing. You're already 90% of the way there. Those are the only things that are missing. And you have to realize those things are not as far as you think they are. There's millions of dollars around you. I mean, literally, take a 10-minute drive around your neighborhood. You're gonna see like 100, depending on where you live, like 100, if you live in a high class area, $100 million plus worth of stuff, maybe even more. In my area, it's probably closer to a few million, but it's still a lot, right? There's money all around you. There's cars all around you. Whatever. Don't put it too far past you because then you start saying, "Oh, well, I'm not good enough to get that," right? And that's obviously bad. You don't need me to tell you that's bad, right? But align your present self with your ideal self as much as possible. And the gaps, fill them with your imagination. See the you in the Ferrari, you know? And this is where prayer comes in for me. You can do this without prayer, but it's not going to be as effective. Yeah, you say, I am the guy with the Ferrari, for example, and you feel it. You don't just say it, you feel it. Feel the emotion, and maybe you don't actually enjoy that. Okay, well, maybe you don't actually want a Ferrari. Well, I'm the guy with the BMW. And then you like that feeling. Okay, your dream self has a BMW. He has a BMW and he walks in it with a suit. Okay, buy the suit. Even if it's a cheap one, even if it looks terrible. Even if it isn't tailored and the sleeves are all the way up here. Better than nothing. You're moving. Getting closer. Move as close as possible to your higher self. In the present moment, and you'll find that you'll get to 90% of the way there just by changing your habits and making a checklist of the stuff you want to do every single day as your dream self. And you're actually going to be fulfilled. And you're going to forget about the past because you're living your dream life now. Screw the past. You're living now. Present moment. I am. Don't say I will. I don't say I will have a Ferrari. I am the guy with the Ferrari and act like it. And sooner than later, the Ferrari will come. I swear to you. And I promise you. Okay? I'm not swearing to God. Okay, I don't do that. But I promise. Okay, I promise. I started thinking like this about a month or two ago, and my income literally doubled. I'm not even joking. This mindset's very powerful, not because you're a magical wizard that can shoot lasers through your eyes and make things out of thin air. No. It's because you adopt the mindset necessary to achieve things. So, if you were down in the dumps and you're always like, oh, I will, you always focus on the future and not the present. And in this case, I'm not talking about the past, but I'm relating this to me. Before I had problems with the past, then I had problems with the future. Now I'm in the moment, but when I was focused on the future, I didn't really work as hard in the moment because, like, oh, yeah, I want this, I will be that, I will be this. So in the present moment, I wasn't that person I wanted to be, so I didn't act like that person I wanted to be, so I didn't do the things that person did to get the results. So for example, I didn't make as much social media content for the business I run, so I made less money. And then I started identifying, okay, I am the guy who makes the content, I am the guy who works hard on this, etc. I started working harder and I made more money. That's exactly how this works. Live in the present. You're going to forget about the past. The past is going to seem obsolete. You're going to hate the past. Not hate the past, but the past is going to be obsolete, okay? Because when I think about my past self, when I think about myself a week ago, I didn't have that guitar a week ago. I wasn't this smart a week ago. 2 weeks ago, I wasn't this smart. And you know what I'm going to say a week from now? No, me, right now. A week from now, I'm going to be like, oh, that guy was dumb. You're going to be progressing. That's a good thing because you're progressing. You're moving up from your past self instead of degrading yourself in the present moment in order to be more like your past self, which is just really sad. So there it is. That's how you get over reminiscing on the past. Okay? Want to learn more? Join my Discord. Our next topic, our two Christian topics.